Well, I think the graphologist would be very helpful in that the samples of the man that Mengele was impersonating, if all those are gathered, and I presume that they have been, and they have been identified and concluded by several expert examiners of question documents to be actually the handwriting of Mengele, then we will know that during those years, that time period from 75 or 79 until the whatever those years were, that he was impersonating someone else, that was definitely that Mengele impersonating that person. The forensic specialists IDing dental records, etc., would have no bearing on that issue because the man would have been alive at the time.
Ms. McNichol, is it possible that Mengele's handwriting could have changed over the years?
Oh,
what things would have remained
everybody's
consistent?
handwriting changes. Our handwriting even changes sometimes hour by hour. If we drink alcohol or take drugs, our handwriting will change. What doesn't change about our handwriting from birth on, as soon as you can grab a writing implement, is what's called a graphic pattern or a pressure pattern and the stroking. In other words, we would know a child scribbles when they were young to the time that they were old. We would still be able to identify it. Each person is uniquely their own.
But aren't there still some pretty good forgers out there? I mean, look at some of the people who have gotten away.
The crucial documents were destroyed either intentionally or non-intentionally. Also, many times the handwriting expert is given forged documents to compare to forged documents. I'm on cases like this all the time, and unless you are informed that the documents that you're using to compare as the authentic documents, let's say Mengele's handwriting, let's say we were given samples of Mengele's writing that were reported to be Mengele's true authentic writing, but in fact they were forgeries, and then we were asked to compare it to another handwriting that's being questioned as Mengele's. We would be comparing a forgery to a forgery. We might come up with authentic when indeed it was not.
So in a way you're saying there's really no foolproof way to forge.
There's no foolproof way to forge. No, there isn't. If you have the authentic document to compare to the questioned one and you have a skilled examiner examining the documents, no, there's no way. You can try every kind of trick you can think of to try to disguise your writing, but you cannot.
All right, I'll tell you what we have done here tonight. I understand that you're able also to tell a little bit about personality with as you look into this from a graphological, is that a word? Graphological point of view. It is.
Yes, that's correct. Yes, very good.
All right, now, I know Bev's personality. Do I know it? All right, here is some handwriting. See there?
Okay.
She should have been a doctor. Well, what do you think?
Okay, I don't like to do this.
Yeah,
I've got to
but
tell
you're
you right
going
now.
Listen, if you don't want to do it, Ms. McNichol, you can just bow
Okay,
out.
well, I'll just talk about some basic traits here, okay? I noticed that it's going uphill. I don't know if it was put that way or whether Beverly, you will know if you really write this way. Uphill, what causes handwriting to go up is our minds. It's not our hands writing, it's the brain dictating. And you can think of all the times your body language goes up. When we score a touchdown, we jump for joy, up and at 'em, on cloud nine, rise to the occasion. And uphill writing is associated with healthy mental energy, and it has nothing to do with your hand. Once again, it's the mind. Most uphill writers, if you do indeed write uphill all the time, Beverly, write uphill most of the time, and they are usually busy, active, constantly on the go. They're the best people to have on your ball team. It's one of the most positive graphological traits you can have is uphill writing.
Do you want me to pay you now or later? Let's take a look at Pat's, and then we can get back to this later.
Okay. Okay, well, there's some uphill again. Wow.
That's not true.
Wow, look at that signature, Pat.
Don't you love
We'll have
it?
to talk about that. When did you adopt that?
Tonight.
That does
Is
look
that
good,
tonight?
doesn't that look good?
Well, it doesn't look natural.
Say what?
It doesn't look natural.
That's the way I sign everything.
The last name looks like you struggled with the E quite a bit.
I do.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Life is a struggle. Life is a bowl of cherries.
Well, the writing's gone on the screen. So.
Well, we can put it right back up like that.
Okay, well, we know what uphill means. That's wonderful. Okay, I'm struck by the signature. Now, you have to remember, Pat, I've only got 4 little words here in the signature, so when the signature is 10 times as big as the rest of the writing, as it is right there, the signature is the public self-image, and the rest of the writing is the real or private self-image. It means the person wants to stand out in public. They want to be as big as that signature. Do you want me to go on here, Pat?
Yeah, keep going.
Okay, I think there's something about your last name you don't like the sound of, because everything is 100% legible except the last name. If I didn't know what it was, I would not know that was
I
me.
love my last. They named a university after me here in Atlanta.
Well, your subconscious doesn't like it. Doesn't like the E part anyway.
Well,
Do you want to
now
get
that I've been humiliated.
I thought that was
I
good.
told you not to do this.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead, take your shots at me. Well, let me ask you something. Since we won't be talking here then about Bev's or mine, but what are some of the other personality traits? Can you, actually, on a serious note, could you look at the handwriting of somebody and see if they might be violently inclined, and maybe,
Yes.
pick somebody out that maybe should be watched?
Well,
And
absolutely.
again, as I say, we're not looking at my handwriting anymore.
Okay, yes, absolutely. About half my work is examination of question documents, and the other half is police work, working for law enforcement agencies, detective firms, in just the very area that you said. Violent people write in a violent matter. We don't have any access right here, but I could show you several samples of actual violent felons and ordinary people like yourselves, and put them side by side and ask you which one is the violent person. You would immediately know it. Some hints of violence are great illegibility, stabbed writing, pressure so heavy that it punctures the paper, abnormal use of the paper space. In other words, the person can't contain themselves within the normal margin areas that most of us conform to. There's tremendous ticking and temper tics, which are extra flicks of the wrist, which come from inner frustration, and they show up in the paper as in the form of slash marks, hooks and ticks. You would know instinctively, even children, when asked to pick out the violent individuals from their handwriting, automatically
What
do
can you
so.
tell about how someone dots a T or makes an I?
Dots a T or crosses their eye?
I'm going to pass on that one. It just depends on the rest of the writing.
Well, all right. I'll tell you what. We want to thank you so much, Andrea McNichol, for joining us tonight. Some enlightenment here about our handwriting, the uphill struggle.
Didn't say rude, did it? Didn't indicate that, did it?
No. Andrea McNichol, a graphologist, thanks once again for being our guest. We've got some time left here on Newsnight Update. We're going to take a break, and we're going to update the story. Of course, it's been breaking all day on Friday, now into Saturday morning, that being the hijacking of an airliner that left Athens, Greece right now, is apparently going to land, well, within about 7 minutes, according to the last information we had, in Algeria, with 80 Americans, 8 Greeks aboard.